All right, folks, welcome live here on the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. Again, we're getting on here late with our Raiders Live pregame show. We're going to try to talk to head coach Scott Hudson tonight, and unfortunately, we did not get to do that because the power actually went out. The power actually went out here at Wapahani, and nonetheless, the Wi-Fi did not work, and so thankfully now we've finally actually got back on here. But we're getting ready to go through the starting lineups. We'll be back here in just a moment here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. And as I was trying to explain earlier, again, the power went out here at Wapahani just literally right before our broadcast was about to begin. And, I mean, literally it couldn't have been much more than 5 seconds before we was getting ready to start it. And nonetheless, put us in a little bit of a predicament there with the Wi-Fi, so we didn't get to come on for Raiders Live pregame tonight, unfortunately. Again, our student sideline reporter, Bailey Clapper, was going to get her to talk to head coach Scott Hudson, so we are not able to get that. But hopefully here later on this evening we'll get to that point. Nonetheless, we'll take a look here at the starting lineup here for the visiting Cowan Blackhawks tonight. Again, tonight's starting lineup presented by Air Park Door. Starting at one guard, a 5'9" junior, number 1, Savannah Bowling. At guard, wearing number 3, Alyssa Stevens. Starting at the other guard position, number 5, that is Delaney Gillespie. At the other guard position, a 5'6" sophomore, number 14, Cora Wright. And at forward, a 5'10" junior, number 23, Savannah Hall. Again, Lisa Blaylock is the head coach here for the Blackhawks. Non-starters here tonight for Wapahani. That's going to be number 2, Maya Mitchell, number 20, Claire Merle, number 22, Taylor Felton, number 31, Arian Williams, number 32, Addison Denny, as well as number 45, J.C. Sexton, and number 50, Maddie Grove. And now again here for your Air Park Door starting lineup. Here for Wapahani, Starting at one guard, a 5'3" senior, number 12, Zoe Koger. At the other guard position, a 5'7" junior, wearing number 21, Ava Cook. At guard, a 5'5" junior, number 23, Bella Richardson. At guard, a 5'9" freshman, number 24, Noah Baker. And starting at forward, a 5'11" freshman wearing number 25, Savannah Fitzgerald. And again, your Raiders coached by Scott Hudson and assisted by Caleb Henderson and Adam Faulkner. Folks, we'll step aside. We'll be back here with the start of tonight's game on the WHS Network. Pass to the basket, gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell, right wing, three is up, and good. Yes, Camden Bell making it rain, baby. All right, folks, welcome back as it is now officially underway here tonight. Tonight's game at 7:23 p.m. here on this Thursday, December the 18th of 2025. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, and our student sideline reporter Bailey Clapper here with us tonight. Again, Wapahani coming into the ball game here tonight, 5-5, 2-3 in the MEC Conference, while the Cowan Blackhawks are 3-6, 1-2 in MEC Conference play. Again, Wapahani, winners of their last two, and also 3 of their last 4 games. So looking to continue this winning streak right here. Obviously getting off to a good start, going to be very important right here. The Raiders, again, on Tuesday night, traveled over to Frankton and took care of business there with the Eagles, as the Raiders will turn it over here on their opening possession here of the night. But again, took care of the Eagles there on Tuesday evening on the road. It's always a great night when you can beat Frankton. They've always had a tough team over there, and so that was a good win for us. Right side here, that's number 1, Savannah Bowling. Dumped underneath, but number 23, Savannah Hall, kicks it back out. Now number 5, Gillespie, no good. Rebounded there by Fitzgerald, her first rebound here of the night. Baker splits the gap and puts it through for 2. So Noah there with her first points on the evening. First feed inside, and tough one right there on Fitzgerald. And just Calder with the block. That will be her first, team's first here of the evening. Right, looking for somebody to inbound it to. Again, that will be taken away, and then the Raiders will give it right back to them. Rebounded. So 4-0 your score after the layup or the bucket there from Savannah Fitzgerald, her first points here on the night. Corner 3 up and no good. Hall with the rebound there on the backside. Number 5, Gillespie, kicks it back out. A deflection there by Cook. Right. That shot is up and good. The first points on the night to get the Blackhawks on the board. Baker here on the far side. Dribbles now to the right wing. Finds Richardson, now Zoe Koger. No good for 3, but she is fouled on the shot. Coming off a 14-point performance there a couple nights ago on the road. The foul was on number 14, Cora Wright, her first. Team's first here of the evening. Again, 3 shots now for Zoe Koger. The first of 3 will be up, and it will be good. The second of three finds the bottom of the net as well. So the third and final free throw attempt here for Koger. It will be up and it will be good. Nicely done. So Zoe Koger makes them pay right there from the charity stripe, knocking home all three of them. Hall here top with the basketball. Now on here to number 3. That is Alyssa Stevens. Right side now. Back to Stevens. Now underneath Gillespie. Lose the handle on that one for a Raider takeaway. Richardson gets that ball taken right away from her there by Hall. Third turnover now of the quarter for Wapahani. Stevens gets that pass deflected and then taken away. Fourth turnover now for Cowan. And then Wapahani, again, unfortunately, gives it right back to him. So both teams now with 4 turnovers apiece. And that pass deflected and taken away. And there's Noah Baker cruising on in there for 2 more. 4 points now for Nola. It's a 9-2 Raider lead. And 3:48 to go here in the first. That ball deflected away there by Bella Richardson. It's going to stay here with Cowan. Stevens getting out near half court, facing some heavy pressure there after the double team there of Cook and Baker. And now Baker there with the deflection. Gillespie picks it up, loses the handle on it, and lost it out of bounds for the 6th turnover now of the quarter. As Wapahani looks to make him pay once again here on offense. On top right here by 7. Looking to expand on that lead. Koger up top now to Baker. Back to Koger again. Dribbles. That deflected pass right there will land out of bounds off the hand there of Alyssa Stevens. So Richardson will inbound here into the backcourt to Baker. Fitzgerald now to Koger. The 3 on the way. Buries one from downtown. Yes! Koger strikes for 3. That's now 6 points already for senior Zoe Koger. And it's a 12-2 start now for Wapahani. Another deflected pass and a takeaway there from Baker. 7 turnover now for the Blackhawks. Baker maneuvering her way through this Blackhawk defense. Koger underneath there to Cook. That pass deflected. Richardson now picks it up, takes a shot. No good. Fitzgerald there with her second rebound. Baker for 2, no good. So a couple of opportunities. Unfortunately, the Raiders come up empty this time around. Bowling now on to Stevens. Back to Bowling here at the top. Swung on, Wright's 3, up and no good. A battle for the basketball. Hall ends up getting it. Then a rebound off of her own shot, then gets fouled. So Savannah Hall will head to the line for 2 of them. The foul will be on number 21, Ava Cook. That's her first, team's second. So the first one will be up and good. Off the mark right there, rebounded there by Fitzgerald. The third of the night. And then the Raiders, again, unfortunately, some costly turnovers here early. Right now, you take away these 5 turnovers, that could be even if you take away a couple of them, turn those into points. For whatever reason, the clock did not stop. And now we have a traveling violation. So give Cowan 8 turnovers now. 5 here for Wapahani. And Matty Grove came in just a moment ago. Koger, no good this time, rebounded by Wright. No good for Hall, deflected back out, rebounded there by Bowling. Gives way now to Hall. And that rebound there by Fitzgerald gives her now 4 of them here on the night. Koger won't get the friendly bounce to go. Cook and Hall right there battled underneath there for the rebound. Hall ended up coming away with it as we've now reached 1 minute to play here in the first. The 3 will be up and good for number 5, Delaney Gillespie. Koger there on the far side, now back up top to Baker. Cook back to Baker again, drives the left side of the lane, dumps it down low. Grove good there for 2. Excellent execution right there by Baker. Be able to penetrate, get to the left side of the lane. Again, the defense collapsed right there, and then that left Matty Grove wide open underneath there for 2. So the foul there on Grove, that's going to be her first, team's 3rd of the quarter. Gillespie underneath the right, that shot blocked by Ava Cook. Inbound all the way out here to Stevens, now to the corner. Bowling looking for Gillespie and ends up in another Blackhawk turnover. 4 seconds to play. Baker dumps it down low and good there for Fitzgerald as the Raiders lead it at the end of 1, 16-6. Stick around here with us. We'll have the second quarter of action coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. I'd like to send out a big special thanks here tonight to Next Elite Real Estate Hometown Realtor Courtney Felton. Great teams, win with heart, hustle, communication, and trust. And those are some great values that Next Elite Real Estate Hometown Realtor Courtney Felton brings to every real estate move. Whether you're buying or selling, she is there to use her local roots to meet your real estate needs every step of the way. Again, call Courtney Felton, 765-748-6334 for all of your real estate needs. So again, a special thanks there to Next Elite Real Estate Hometown Realtor Courtney Felton. We'll have a foul here on Wapahani's number 32, Addison Denny. That'll be her first, team's first here of the quarter. Stevens now on the left side here. That will be taken away there by Cook. 10th turnover now for Cowan, and Cook will cash in there for her first points here on the night. Continued pressure here from Wapahani defensively has really put the Cowan Blackhawks in a little bit of a bind so far. Again, some early turnovers have proved to be costly here these last few possessions especially. Bowling looking for Hall underneath. Instead, will toss that one out of bounds. And so Wapahani will take back over here on offense. Again, folks, tonight's Lady Raider basketball game presented by the Liberty Prairie Alumni Association. Been a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. Baker on to Cook, down low. Addison Denny looks to go to work. Instead, that ball will be swatted away there by number 23, Savannah Hall of Cowan. Stevens swung on to Bowling, drives right side, now to the middle to Gillespie, but Baker again with another deflection. Again, so important here for Wapahani, even though, you didn't end up coming away with a turnover right there. Again, getting a deflection also causes disruption for the Blackhawks offense. So any little thing that you can do to create disruption to where they're not getting into their flow of the offense is extremely beneficial. So we'll have another foul here on Addison Denny. That's going to now be her second, team's second. And back in comes Bella Richardson and Savannah Hall. And so Cook and Grove will have a seat. There's Richardson and Fitzgerald return to the floor. Inbounded here, Bowling now swung on to Stevens. The three is up and no good. Rebounded by Hall here in the near side corner. Stevens all the way out here near the 10-foot volleyball line. Bowling down the right side, post feed down low. Gillespie facing a tall order there, and Savannah Fitzgerald instead goes back outside here along the perimeter. Hall sneaks her way inside, and no good. Fitzgerald with rebound number 5 on the night. Baker splits the middle, and no good for 2. That's going to be out of bounds off Cowan. So Richardson to inbound. Baker. And Addison Denny up and good there for 2 more. So Addison there with her first points on the night. We want to send out a big thanks here to our officials this evening. Got Mr. Sean Sherfy, as well as Paul Gonzalez and John Mendenhall. Again, our officials here tonight, as Hall will put that one through there for 2. But again, greatly appreciate all of our officials. Again, I say it all the time, but it's so very true. Without them, we have no game of basketball, and or for that matter, any sport. Without our officials. So we appreciate them for being here tonight and doing a solid job as usual. Again, they're Wapahani with a turnover there, their 6th here of the night. Gillespie there on the left side elbow. Back out, right, the 3 is up and no good. That's going to be last touch there by Hall of Cowan. We're at the 4:12 mark to play here in this first half. And we will have a timeout on the floor taken by Wapahani. So again, this will be their first charge timeout here of the evening. And so we will go ahead and stick right here with you during this timeout. To once again thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Again, as I already mentioned, big thanks here to Next Home Elite Real Estate Hometown Realtor Courtney Felton. Give her a call there at 765-748-6334. Also a big thanks here to Henry Community Health and Sports Medicine Director Tony Cox. For all of your rehab and recovery needs, contact Tony Cox with Henry Community Health Sports Medicine Performance Enhancement at 765-521-1131 and make your appointment now. So again, following this timeout, Wapahani with a 12-point lead. We'll have Nola Baker bringing it up floor here for Wapahani. Swung on, Addison Denny, back up top, Baker. Now on to Koger. Dribbles near the free throw line and nearly turned that one over. Richardson for three, a little too strong that time. Pretty good shot though. So unfortunately couldn't get that one to fall. Bowling's pass gets deflected by Addison Denny as Ava Cook will check back in. Denny will have a seat. Productive minutes there from Addison. Inbounded, Bowling up top now to Stevens. Gives way to Hall, guarded by Koger. Stevens now at the top of the key. Dribbles left, finds right. Hall back to right, now skip pass. On now to Bowling here on the right side. Stevens again as Cowan continues to work the ball around the perimeter. Inside there to Gillespie, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Again, lower that shoulder. And results there on the offensive foul, that being her first, team's first of the quarter. Also results in the 12th turnover now of the half. They played much better as far as clean basketball in the second quarter has Cowan. Off the mark there for Koger. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Cowan, they say. It's a great battle there between Cook and there of Wapahani and the Cowan defender. Baker back to Koger. Was looking for Fitzgerald. She gets on the floor. And now we'll have a loose ball recovery right here, but the possession arrow will favor the Blackhawks this time around. Two and a half to go here to first half. That pass deflected up in the air. And another deflection. Blackhawks playing dangerously right here. Some of these passes a little careless, but we'll have a reach-in foul. Now on number 23, Bella Richardson, her first. Team's third of the quarter. Right, that shot. Ooh, they say that Koger must have got her there on the arm. So Koger will pick up her first. Team's fourth, it's going to be Cora Wright at the line for three of them. Do want to send a shout out here this evening to head coach Scott Hudson's wife, Sasha, watching us from home. Appreciate her, and thanks for watching, and hopefully you're doing well today. Again, been a little under the weather, we'll say. But she'll be back at it once again. Always does the scorebook here for Coach Hudson. Free throw, no good. So coming up short on all three shots right there was Wright. Right side, Cook. Up top, Baker. Back to Cook again. And that pass down low to Fitzgerald again. Hall just got her hand in there, deflected it away. Did exactly what she should have done. Stevens to the inside of Hall, back to the right wing now. Stevens back to Bowling. Bowling dribbles right. Again, Stevens and the Blackhawks right here. Not much of an answer here on offense. As the Raiders continue to play stifling defense here. Off the mark, rebounded by Baker. Cook on the right side, back up top. Baker drives it left, and she'll be fouled here with 53 seconds to play. So the foul will be on number 1, Savannah Bowling. That will be her first, team's second of the quarter. It'll be Nola Baker to inbound here along the baseline. Inbound here to Zoe Koger, back to Baker, the corner 3. Yes! Baker with the rainmaker. First 3 of the night there for Nola, gives her 7 points along with 3 rebounds. Hall here on the inside, I think might have dragged that foot a little bit, but end up losing the ball out of bounds nonetheless. And so the Raiders once again take back over with nearly 30 seconds to play here in the first half. And you'll have to stay tuned in here. We'll have our halftime report. We'll also have our student sideline reporter talk to our assistant coach, Caleb Henderson, here tonight as well. It felt bad we didn't get to talk to head coach Scott Hudson at the beginning of the ball game, but due to the circumstances, really couldn't do much about that. 2 seconds, and no good. And that's going to do it here for the first half. So your halftime sports, Wapahani 23, Cowan 8. Again, stick around here with us. We'll have our halftime report coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, this is Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home is a real estate company that prioritizes community involvement, and we have a humans over houses philosophy. We specialize in both property listings and buyer representation, ensuring top-notch service with top producing agents. Our mission is, and has always been, to enrich people's lives by helping them find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate consistently maintains open communication, and we build trust through honesty and integrity. Whether you're listing $1 million property in a gated community, or you are a first-time home buyer just starting the process, at Next Home Elite Real Estate, our agents are committed to providing exceptional service and expertise. We actively participate and invest in local events, local sponsorships, charities, and initiatives to strengthen community bonds. Our agents love being a corporate sponsor to Ball State University, and when you choose Next Home Elite Real Estate, you never know who you're going to run into.
After working with Next Home Elite Real Estate, I knew that I would be choosing them for future transactions simply because they communicated throughout the entire process, they were friendly, and they were tenacious marketers working for me so I can achieve my goals.
Voted as the best real estate company in Muncie's quest for the best, I want you to know we are more than a real estate company. We're part of your community. We are creating lasting relationships and emphasizing the human element in every transaction.
A lot of times, a new home is a joyous event, a promotion, a celebration of marriage, relocation, but this wasn't that type of event. We needed someone in a company who cared about us, who showed compassion and empathy. Our realtor was with us the entire time. He sat and grieved with my sisters and I. He realized that this wasn't about money, but about taking care of our family home.
When you're ready to buy or sell a home, contact Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-729-5181 or visit our website at mynexthomeelite.com.
All right, folks, welcome back here with our East Jackson Auto Sales game break at the half. It's Wapahani 23, Cowan 8 here at the break. All in all, I mean, it was a productive first half, especially defensively here from Wapahani. We was able to create 14 first half turnovers. Bad part was we just didn't quite convert enough on the offensive side of the basketball off of those turnovers. So I think that's one of the biggest things, at least from my point of view. I think that Wapahani needed to do a little bit better job up there in the first half. I mean, we still had, good production. We're spreading the ball around. Here at the half, we have 6 different people that have scored here tonight. So that is great to see. We're distributing the basketball, making sure we're getting the ball to the open player, and we're making good of those opportunities. Now, again, as I mentioned, if we can start to convert a little bit more off of those takeaways, then this game could really get even more out of hand. But, it's still a reasonable situation here for Cowan. I mean, yes, you're down by 15 points, but, in all honesty, it could be a lot worse, considering, the turnover ratio. I mean, they have 14, Wapahani has 7, so really, we could be up by much more than what we are, but, unfortunately we're not. That is what it is. But still, you're up here by 15 at the half. You have to be pleased. I wouldn't say that you're thrilled, and overjoyed with how we played, but, it was still a productive first half of play and a lot of great things, to build off of heading into the second half. The Raiders were led here by Noah Baker with 7 points, 3 rebounds. Zoe Koger with 6 points. Savannah Fitzgerald, 4 points, 5 rebounds. And then we have Ava Cook, Addison Denny, and Maddie Grove all with 2 points each for the grand total of 23 first half points for your Wapahani Lady Raiders. Again, we'll get ready to send things down here to our student sideline reporter. She will talk to assistant coach Caleb Henderson here tonight. Okay, so we're having some technical difficulties. We'll still go ahead and send things back here to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Again, both teams came back out rather quickly, and they didn't end up using the full entire length of time, but we wanted to make sure and get that commercial in there for Sam Pierre Chevrolet. Nonetheless, here 23-8 is your score to open up the second half of play again from beautiful Raider Gymnasium here in Selma, Indiana. Again, if you're just tuning in here for the first time this evening, we want to say welcome. Thank you for spending your Thursday evening here with us, as Bella Richardson will put that one through for two. That's her first points on the night. Again, we wanted to, explain what happened before we went to break right there. We had our student sideline reporter, Bailey Clapper, down there with our assistant coach, Caleb Henderson. Unfortunately, Bailey just had a little bit of a mishap with the mic, and that's the reason why we didn't complete that. She does an awesome job here for us. We appreciate her so much. Does an awesome job all the time, and so appreciate her. And hopefully we'll be able to get back on here later on and be able to have hopefully a winning post-game interview at the conclusion here of this one here tonight. Another near takeaway there by Bella Richardson. That's Gillespie that is able to control possession of the basketball. Post feed inside the Hall. And that's going to be an offensive foul as Hall gets called for hooking. So the foul there on Hall will be her first, team's first here of the quarter. It's now the second turnover here to begin the half. Baker on to Koger. Post feed down low. Now Cook sends it back across court there. Baker on to Richardson. The three is up and no good. Rebounded by Gillespie. And we're going to have a reach-in foul here on the Raiders. That foul will be on number 21, Ava Cook. That's her second. Team's first here of the quarter. And that's taken away. Richardson does again. And will be fouled on the shot. So Bella Richardson will now head to the free throw line for two shots. The foul will be on number 1, Savannah Bowling, her second. Team's second of the quarter. So the first one up and no good as number 21, that is Abby Campbell, We'll check in for the Blackhawks. The second of 2 for Richardson will be up. And we're going to have a lane violation. And that will be on Wapahani. Again, the score is correct on the screen. Again, I'll know we've been having some weird, difficult, just different mechanical issues going on here throughout the evening. Ever since that power outage early, I don't know if it messed something up or what exactly is going on. Some of it has been user error, which I have no problem in admitting to that. But good majority of the time, that has not necessarily been the case. Inbounded here, Baker on the Savannah Fitzgerald. Cook back to Baker, drives the left side, wraps around to Koger. The 3 is up and makes a big-time splash. Heck yes! Zoe Koger with her second 3 of the night now gives her 9 points to go along with a rebound here in this one. Now a 30-8 lead. Stevens here on the right side. Just looking for Gillespie instead. Ball passed down low there to Campbell, and then a loose ball. It's going to be lost out of bounds off of Wapahani. So possession will stay right here, and we'll get a full timeout on the floor taken by Cowan. This will be the first charge timeout here of the night. 4:40 to play here in the third. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here this evening. Again, just a couple reminders right here. This is only night 1 of 3 here on the WHS Network. Again, tomorrow night and Saturday night, we've got Raider basketball coming your way. Tomorrow night will be at Westdale as the Raiders will take on the Warriors in the first MEC action of the season. And then on Saturday night, we'll be back at home again, taking on the Alexandria Tigers. So, again, back-to-back nights of Raider basketball, tomorrow night and Saturday night. And you can catch them both right here live on the WHS Network. So, again, returning from the timeout, Cowan will turn the ball over and then end up creating a jump ball, which gives the ball right back to him. Stevens on there to right, dribbles in the paint area, and then we'll have a reach-in foul. This looks to be on Cook again. And indeed it will be. So Ava will now pick up her third, team's second of the quarter. Wright with the inbound to Gillespie. Dribbles it up top. Fitzgerald defending her. Now Hall steps through, no good. Rebounded by Cook, her second rebound of the evening. Swung on here to number 24. That's Nola Baker out near half court. On to Fitzgerald. Richardson to Cook. Post feed down low. Fitzgerald back to Cook once again. Cross-court pass. Baker attacking the rack. Finds Fitzgerald right underneath there for 2. Great ball movement. Nice pass there from Baker. And then the finish there from Fitzgerald. Now 6 points and 5 rebounds so far here from Savannah. Stevens will get it across half court. On the Hall. Dribbles it right. Thought about taking a shot instead. Gillespie there for 2. Left that one short. That's going to be off the knee of Fitzgerald and out of bounds as number 1, Savannah Bowling, will check back in for the Blackhawks. And then Addison Denny and Maddie Grove will return to the floor here for Wapahani. Again, 32-8 your score. Just a little over 3:20 remaining here in this third quarter. And that ball taken right away there by Nola Baker. Moving up more quickly. Nice pass. Nice finish again. Baker to Koger for 2. Gives Zoe now 11 points and a rebound. A nice assist once again. Back-to-back possessions there from Nola Baker. Gillespie here for 3. No good. A loose ball, and it ends up out of bounds off of the off of Wapahani. So the Blackhawks will maintain possession. And that will be off the hand of Campbell and out of bounds for the 7th turnover now of the half. Gives them 21 here on the night. Again, Wapahani currently with 7. Koger back to Baker. Finds Fitzgerald. Left that one touched short, but Grove there with a rebound. Can't get the putback to go. And then Fitzgerald got the rebound off of that one for her 6th. Again, unfortunately, the Raiders come up empty all 3 tries. Stevens on the Bowling, looking for right down low, and that ends up in another turnover. Baker with the left hand, no good. Up for now, Bowling finds Stevens. Again, heavy pressure from Baker. Stevens drives the right side, no good on the shot. Baker will corral her 4th rebound out of the night. And she'll be fouled now on the way up. So Nola will head now to the charity stripe for 2 of them, as the foul will be on Cowan's number 1, Savannah Bowling, her 3rd, team's 3rd of the quarter. Again, Baker so far here on the night, 7 points, along with 4 rebounds, so she's off the mark here on the first one. In comes Savannah Hall for Cowan. Bowling will have a seat. The second of 2 for Nola will be up. And in and out, no good. That was solid defense right there. Solid defense from the Raiders. Again, closing off that inside. Forcing her to go right back out again with a pass. Campbell facing pressure. Hall ends up gathering. Now to the other side there, was trying to find Wright on the opposite side of the floor. And ends up with another Blackhawk giveaway. It's been Cook back in the ball game. Baker will have a seat. We got nearly 1 minute remaining here in the third. Koger back to Cook. Cook along the baseline, not exactly the position you want to be in, and she'll get called for a traveling violation. That's the first turnover of the half here for Wapahani. As we're at 50 seconds to play in the third. Stevens at the top, and looking at this 2-3 zone again here from Wapahani. The deflection here from Koger. Campbell looking for Hall. Nothing's there. Stevens back to Campbell again. Gillespie's shot, no good, but she will be fouled on that attempt. So she will head to the free throw line for 2 shots, and the foul will be on number 21, Ava Cook. That's now her fourth, team's third of the quarter. So again, Gillespie at the line shooting 2 with under 30 seconds to play. And the first one in and out, no good. In comes Savannah Bowling for Cowan, as Campbell will have a seat. Also Nola Baker and Bella Richardson now in for Cook and Fitzgerald. So Gillespie able to cash in there on the second of 2. I would imagine that Wapahani will try to hold for the last shot. Well, never mind. Off the mark right there for Richardson. A nice rebound and save there by Baker. And a turnover. Gillespie motoring down floor. The layup will be up and good. And the 3 is up and no good. Again, the glitch there on your screen there on the clock was incorrect, but nonetheless, that's going to do it here for the third. Wapahani 34, Cowan 11, here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back. Here as we begin this fourth quarter of play again here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium. Again, Wapahani with a 23-point lead. Looking to expand on that. No good for 3, but Gerald with rebound number 7. Baker now out to Koger. Dribble, she'll find Richardson. Now Grove underneath, back out again, but instead we'll have a traveling violation. Third turnover now the half. Really, Wapahani's done a pretty solid job. You had 7 first half turnovers. I don't think that's bad by any means. We've done a really solid job there of taking good care of the basketball. Again, we just haven't necessarily made good of these extra opportunities, unfortunately, though. As we'll have an over-the-back foul here on number 50, Maddie Grove. That'll be her second, team's first. So it will be Savannah Bowling to inbound for the Blackhawks. And that ball swatted away there by Koger. Bowling back to Stevens. She'll dribble here to the top. Finds number 33. That is Evelyn Hahn. And that's going to be taken away. Nicely done there by Maddie Grove. Baker drives the left side of the lane and will be fouled on the way up. So Nola back to the free throw line. The foul will be on number 1, Savannah Bowling, her 4th. Team's first of the quarter. First of 2 will be up and good for Baker. So now I'll give her 8 points here tonight as Gillespie will check back in as Hahn will take a seat. The second of 2 for Baker will be up and no good this time. Rebounded by Savannah Hall of Cowan as the Blackhawks will start again here on offense. down by 24 with 6:50 to go here in regulation. Hall here at the top gives way now to number 3, Stevens. Bowling now driving near the left side baseline, and once again reset, working around the perimeter. Gillespie for 2, no good. Rebounded by Baker, gives her 6 of them on tonight. Nice pass, and that shot will be blocked by number 2, Victoria Kirby. And Kirby checked in just a little bit ago. Baker to inbound all the way out here to the top of the perimeter. Cross-court pass, Richardson. No good for 3, rebounded by Stevens. Now a traveling violation. So back in comes Addison Denny here for Wapahani, as well as Ava Cook, Grove, and Richardson will have a seat. Addison Denny here for 3. No good. Nice attempt at saving that one there by Fitzgerald. And you love the hustle. You know, even though it didn't necessarily work out, you still love the hustle. That's what you want to see. And we'll have a timeout on the floor taken by Wapahani. This will be their second charge timeout here of the evening. We'll step aside here for another timeout of our own. 35-11. Wapahani leads, 5:48 to play. All right, folks, welcome back here with our East Jackson Auto Sales game break. Wapahani 35, Cowan 11. Again, here with 5:48 remaining in the fourth. Again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight, and once again, spending your Thursday evening here with us. It does not go unappreciated or unrecognized. We always appreciate your support of what we do, and more importantly, these young ladies out here on the floor and the young men when we're broadcasting the boys basketball games. You know, I know it means a lot to us, and I'm sure it means a lot to them as well. So the rebound there by Savannah Fitzgerald gives her now 8 of them here on the night. Koger out to Cook. 2-point shot is up and good. Great ball movement. Nice shot there from Ava. That gives her now 6 points and a pair of rebounds. And really, although we're not, essentially lighting up the scoreboard. It's not like we're torching the net here tonight. And I said it in our halftime report, we're distributing the ball really well. You're seeing multiple girls put points up on the board. And, of course, that's obviously part of the game of basketball. You've got to score points. You have to score more than the other team does. And so, when you're starting to see multiple players find ways to get on the board, you're seeing production throughout the lineup. That's promising to see. And, even on the flip side of that, defensively, we have played very solid here tonight. And really, we've had our fair share of just outstanding defensive games so far through these first 10, now 11 games. And hopefully that will continue. You've got to bring the pressure. You've got to bring that energy and enthusiasm on both ends of the floor, especially here on the defensive end as well. As Baker gets the takeaway and kisses that one off the backboard there for 2 more. Give Nola now 10 points, go along with 6 rebounds on the night. Stevens right side looking for Gillespie. That ball denied away there by Fitzgerald. And ends up in the hands there of Nola Baker. And coast to coast, baby. Heck yes. Baker now with 2 more points, giving her 12. And gives the Raiders now a 30-point lead. Bowling here on the near side, finds Hall up top. And again, not a whole lot of movement right here now. Starting to see it a little bit more here from Cowan as that ball deflected out of bounds. It will stay right here with the Blackhawks as Cora Wright will check back in for the Cowan Blackhawks. Here for Wapahani, we'll see Taylor Felton see her first in action here of the evening. She had a solid, very solid JV game tonight. That was great effort there in that one. I mean, everybody contributed in every way imaginable there in that JV game tonight. Good to see them finally get to play a game, let alone win. So that was awesome job right there. As number 3, Alyssa Stevens will get the layup to go. Her first points on the night. Denny for 2, no good. Rebounded by Gillespie, but then taken right away by Baker. Felton topped the key 3. I think that was touched there by Cowan. Again, Cook right there in that situation, you don't know if it was touched or not. So obviously, you risk it and try to go after it right there. And unfortunately, it didn't work out well this time, but Cook in that situation did the right thing. So Grove back in the ball game. Again, Fitzgerald has a seat. I would imagine that might be the end of her evening. That shot no good. Rebounded by Ava Cook. Her 3rd rebound now of the night. Felton will get called with a traveling violation. That's now the 4th turnover now of the half here for the Raiders. 11 of them now tonight as Claire Merle will now sub in for Nola Baker. Also Maya Mitchell will check in for Ava Cook. And that will be all for the substitutions this time around. Kirby on to Stevens. Now Hahn will get that one initially stripped away, but end up forcing a jump ball, and it's going to stay with Cowan as number 20, Miley Coffey, as well as number 21, Abby Campbell, and number 30, Delaney Brooks, will check in for Cowan. Again, nearly 2 minutes to play. And there is a double dribble call. Right side to Mitchell. Back up top, Merle swung on to Mitchell. The shot is up, no good. Grove with the rebound. Now out to Merle, yes! Continuing right where she left off in the JV game tonight. Claire was lighting the net on fire, and she continues that with this rainmaker just a moment ago. That pass deflected and taken right away. So credit Taylor Felton there with the deflection, and then Addison Denny there with a steal. Claire Merle for 3 more. No good this time. Grove with another rebound. And it's going to be out of bounds. They say it was off of Wapahani. So in comes Arian Williams and J.C. Sexton now as Denny and Grove will have seats. Coffey turns that one over. Mitchell again with a takeaway there. Arian Williams now on to Taylor Felton. Shots up, no good. Williams there with a rebound. Back out to Sexton and a turnover. And now Felton comes right back the other way, gets the takeaway. 35 seconds and counting. Felton, left wing three, no good. Rebounded by Hahn. And then we'll have a reach-in foul here on Williams. That will be her first. Team's second of the quarter. And so Wapahani will roll on to another victory here tonight, their third consecutive, and have won 4 of their last 5 games. That is excellent work here from Wapahani. Considering, start of the year, 2-4. Now to bounce back from that, now to get a game above 500 on the season, and then even up your conference record now at 3-3. That's a great job here from Wapahani as this game now officially over here tonight. Your final score, your Wapahani Lady Raiders 44, the Cowan Lady Blackhawks 13. Again, with this win here tonight, the Raiders now improve their record. Again, it's 6-5 on the season and 3-3 in the MEC Conference. Folks, stick around. We'll have our Raiders Live postgame show coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, this is Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home is a real estate company that prioritizes community involvement, and we have a humans over houses philosophy. We specialize in both property listings and buyer representation, ensuring top-notch service with top producing agents. Our mission is, and has always been, to enrich people's lives by helping them find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate consistently maintains open communication, and we build trust through honesty and integrity. Whether you're listing $1 million property in a gated community, Or you are a first-time home buyer just starting the process. At Next Home Elite Real Estate, our agents are committed to providing exceptional service and expertise. We actively participate and invest in local events, local sponsorships, charities, and initiatives to strengthen community bonds. Our agents love being a corporate sponsor to Ball State University, and when you choose Next Home Elite Real Estate, you never know who you're going to run into.
After working with Next Home Elite Real Estate, I knew that I would be choosing them for future transactions simply because they communicated throughout the entire process. They were friendly and they were tenacious marketers working for me so I can achieve my goals.
Voted as the best real estate company in Muncie's quest for the best, I want you to know we are more than a real estate company. We're part of your community. We are creating lasting relationships and emphasizing the human element in every transaction.
A lot of times, a new home is a joyous event, a promotion, a celebration of marriage, relocation, but this wasn't that type of event. We needed someone in a company who cared about us, who showed compassion and empathy. Our realtor was with us the entire time. He sat and grieved with my sisters and I. He realized that this wasn't about money, but about taking care of our family home.
When you're ready to buy or sell a home, contact Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-729-5181 or visit our website at mynexthomeelite.com.
Eason digs it out. Hunzinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making a rain, baby. Gerald for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field and gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own, a 2-run shot. All right, folks, welcome back here with our Raiders Live post-game show, again presented by East Jackson Auto Sales. Here on the WHS Network, 44-13, your final score victory here tonight. As your Wapahani Raiders now game over 500, 6-5 record on the season. As we will get ready to send things down here to our student sideline reporter, Bailey Clapper, to talk to head coach Scott Hudson here tonight.
Thank you, Marvo. At this time, I'm joined by Wapahani head coach Scott Hudson. Big win tonight for your Raiders. There's now 3 victories in a row. Give us your thoughts on the win tonight.
I think it was a great win for us. We're playing at home. We're playing a county team, a conference team. This is a team that we play in the county tournament, so we can get a feel for them. But it was a very good environment. I thought defensively we were pretty solid. We kind of went through a couple of stretches where we didn't score quite as well, but the kids kept playing hard, and we got contributions from a lot of people, so that's big.
You guys have another big game on Monday night here at home against a 4A opponent, Muncie Central. Can you give us an outlook on the Bearcats and what to expect come Monday night?
Well, the big thing with Muncie Central is they've played some pretty good teams. Their record's a little deceiving. We know they're real physical. They rebound real well. Quite frankly, we focused a lot on them. We have a lot of information on them, but we're going to take a good look at them tomorrow and different things. We know it's always been kind of a tough game, but the fact that we're at home, we want to go into the holidays the right way. So the big thing for us is just playing really good defense and rebounding, and we got to be a little better offensively. We got to be better offensively. So we'll take a look at them this weekend and see what we can get put together.
Thank you, Mr. Hudson. I'm Bailey Clapper, your sideline reporter. Back to you, Marvo.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bailey, and thank you to head coach Scott Hudson there for being able to take just a little bit of his time. So awesome job. Thank you, Bailey. And again, Bailey will be back with us again tomorrow night, again, as we have a double dose of Raider basketball the next 2 nights, on the road tomorrow night at Westell, and then here at home on Saturday night against Alexandria. So nonetheless, what we was just talking about, head coach Scott Hudson was just talking about, how, you want to convert a little bit more on the offensive end. I think that's one thing here tonight. We scored 44 points, probably could have put up more, and I don't want it to sound stingy by any means. 44 is good enough. We won by 31 points, but, you always want to strive to be better. Defensively, what an effort here tonight. And I think on the offensive side of the ball, even though, yes, we could have scored more, we've seen a lot of great things happen, and I touched on it a couple different times throughout the broadcast how the Raiders kept distributing the basketball throughout. You had 6 girls make that 7 girls that scored in tonight's ball game, and it's not even necessarily just about scoring. It's about what we're doing defensively and what we're doing on the rebounding department. Girls getting deflections, they're hustling after loose balls, so many, sometimes little things that prove to be very big things throughout the course of a ball game that can be very vital in the outcome of a ball game. And so, a lot of fun to watch right now. And, one of the biggest things that I think that, has improved here for Wapahani, I think, is their confidence. I think that it's so important, especially here early, and we've talked about it before. They're a young team, and they're gonna, they're gonna go through their ups and downs. That's a part of sports in general. That's a part of life. But it's how you bounce back, how you adjust. And, we've seen these girls, really right here from the very beginning, kind of experience a little bit of those ups and downs. But right now, we are on the upswing. And, as I had already touched on and Bailey touched on there with head coach Scott Hudson, we've won our last 3 games, and had a couple of big road wins. We just came off a big road win there on Tuesday night at Frankton. And, then you come right back here tonight. Cowan, they're still 3-6. It's not like they're some kind of slouch team that, hasn't won a game or anything yet. And we, dominating from start to finish. And I think that's a very encouraging sign for even better things to come here for this team. But they've just got to keep working, got to keep getting after it in practice and working hard and staying together. I think that these girls, they're starting to come together as a team. They're a young team, but they're coming together and finding ways to win. And they're doing it, again, together. That's the whole concept. You have to have that team first mindset. And I was really, really happy to see the girls perform well here tonight and continue their winning streak. On to Monday night's ball game. Again, it will be a varsity only game on Monday night here at home. I think it's either 6:30 or 7 o'clock start time on Monday night. I'm going to have to check on that again because these times with the fluctuation of changes of, whether we have a JV game or if we don't, and what time, sometimes we start a varsity game at 6, other games we've started the varsity game at 7. So it's I don't know. We'll find out. Like I said, I can't remember exactly what time that starts on Monday night, but rest assured we'll have that ready for you come Monday evening here on the WHS Network. Again, final line score here tonight for Wapahani. Nola Baker led the way with 12 points and 6 rebounds. Zoe Koger, 11 points and 1 rebound. Next we have Savannah Fitzgerald, 6 points, 8 rebounds. Ava Cook with 6 points and 3 rebounds. Claire Merle with 3 points. Maddie Grove with 2 points and 3 rebounds. And then Bella Richardson and Addison Denny both with 2 points each there for the grand total. 44 points scored here tonight. Again, Zoe Koger, coming in right here, she's coming off a 14-point performance the other night, had 4 threes, came right back, had 11 points and rebound tonight. It's nice to see Nola doing her usual thing, wreaking havoc on both ends of the floor and sharing the basketball very well, making her teammates look even better. And we have a heck of a nice group right here. So very encouraging to see, and hopefully we can continue our winning ways coming up on Monday night. Again, you'll see us again the next 2 nights. Again, Raider basketball tomorrow night at Westdale. Hope you all tune in there for that. JV start time at 6 o'clock, varsity game to follow. And then we'll be back at home on Saturday night as we will take on the Alexandria Tigers. Again, with the JV start time at 6 o'clock, varsity game to follow. We want to thank you all for tuning in here this evening and spending your Thursday evening here with us. Again, we'll be back at it tomorrow night. Again, a big thanks to all of our sponsors for all they do for us. And thanks for watching. Until tomorrow night, folks. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius, alongside cameraman Jordan Red Beard McCoy, saying good night from Raider Gymnasium.